planning tonight on playing 10 out of the 12 songs from Hotel TV in our main set, and we thought that it would be fun to play the other two during this VIP set. So we're going to start with a song called Don't Move. 1, 2, 3, 4. The true story is that it's about meeting my girlfriend who told me on our first date that she was going to be moving to Los Angeles. But there is an interesting thing where when you meet someone and you feel that there's like a clear hidden point to it, you kind of like let loose, and in some ways maybe that is like good for the relationship. After we went on a few dates and I really liked her, I wrote this song but I never played it for her because I thought that it would be a little bit like aggressive to write a song to a girl that I had only gone on a few dates with called Don't Move. Alright, I'm writing this for myself. You know what I mean? Now you're still because you're sleeping. It kind of feels like a lullaby and sort of a sad song and happy all at the same time. And that's sort of intentional because that's what that moment in a relationship feels like. It was this like really great start to a relationship where things were really happy and optimistic. But at the same time, there was this looming kind of concern of, well, if she's just gonna move, then what is this? What is the point of all of this? She then did live permanently in New York, which she still does, but that she did go away for this extended period of time, so it's kind of even when she doesn't move, it still does it, right? So Jet Lag is a song about what happened when she actually did end up going away for a very long period of time to Marseille, France. And we wrote those first and second verses about the experience of her leaving and us being apart. It's interesting because some songs are told from the perspective of one moment in time. Jet Lag's telling a story over time. That second verse situates me, the narrator of the song, at a distinctly different moment. And then we didn't know what the third verse was going to be about. The inspiration came to me while I was on the way to visit her once and for all in France, where she was working. I missed my connecting flight in Brussels, and I was literally stranded in Brussels and sitting on the floor of the Brussels airport overnight thinking I was bored, all my devices were dead, and I was just like, this is the third verse of the song. I had no pen or paper, so I just like thought of a bunch of lyrics. And I'm a big believer in like actually not writing things down and seeing what you remember, because often like the good stuff rises to the top. Through the terminal I hustle, but I don't make it in the shuffle. So now I'm stranded here in Brussels till 9. Literally once I charged my phone, I just wrote down all the lyrics I could remember. Once I came home, I workshopped all the lyrics I had written with Gracie. She helped pick the best ones. I'm tired, but it's worth the long wait, because once I'm with you, it's my home state of mind, which for any non-Billy Joel fans, that's a reference to, of course, Billy Joel's great song, New York State of Mind. So once I'm with you, it's my home state of mind. And as a New Yorker, that's my way of saying whenever I'm with you, it's as good as being in New York. So yeah, we kind of just have this main chord loop. The cool thing is that the keys hit on the anticipations, but the kick drum is just on the beat. It's a big trick we picked up that we didn't really know on our first album. The idea of like the snare that's on beat 2 being different than the snare that's on beat 4. You start to get some of this guitar stuff going. It's very like ambient. My vocal doesn't have too much reverb on it, but we did this thing which is adding reverb throws, like you'll hear right now. Then we make, for this last verse, we make this almost organ. This is just Gracie's voice though. Everything you're hearing is just Gracie's voice. But that's not for I love this thing that Gracie does right here, the lead sail. And this bridge is where things get really gnarly. These background vocals, some of my favorite stuff that we have. It's a mix of me, Gracie, and Linus. That middle section is like one of the most harmonically complex section we've ever written. Trying to create that middle section to feel as much like a dream state, like an R&B dream state as possible. Out of the bridge into the third verse, we're like back in what I would describe as like a full R&B groove. And this is live drums, cross stick. You know, this sounds like it could be like a 70s soul R&B groove, which the earlier parts of the song, we saved it for this part. And even this horn part that comes in here. You know? So it's like, even though the whole song is super restrained, this feels like an elevation. Even though it's still so laid back, the fact that it has that kind of like grooving sound is an elevation from how kind of bare it even was before that. Writing about relationships, you can actually track the story from one song to another. It's almost like episodes of a TV show. Don't Move is the episode where I don't want her to move, and then Jet Lag is the episode where she does move for a little while. And they're also so much about travel, and that's kind of what the album Hotel TV is about as a whole. A cool thing about Jet Lag is that the recording of it remains so kind of restrained the whole time. Even at the end, it's just very understated. And it's so fun to take a song like that and just let it explode for the live version and reach this sort of emotional climax that the song deserves in that live context.
To make my way to you.
Good morning, Senators, and thank you for inviting us today to the most unique gig we've had in years. It's rare that you get to say, this is a change I'd like to see that I don't have control myself to be able to make happen. Cool that that can lead to some cool stuff actually changing.